I've let the pieces soak overnight in my muriatic water acid mix, and we'll see how they look. Got a cover on here to keep critters out. Well, the airplane looks pretty good. Now the dross just peels right off. No dross on there. All the dice look good. I'll just take these off, drop them into my water. You can see the foaming when it neutralizes the acid. You get all this cleaned up. And then I'll show you what I do with them next after we get them cleaned up. Airplane. Alright, and then I'll go ahead and rinse all this off, and then we'll go to the next step. And the next step I do is I wash the air so that we don't get any or minimal flash rusting. And that's it. Well, I'll take them inside and show you what I do next. Now, next step, I'll go ahead and just sand the front and back of the airplane. The dice have all the dross taken off of them, and they're just practice welding pieces anyway, so I'm not going to touch those up anymore. What I use is just a 40, or rather an 80 grit disc. So you can see that. And then in my Makita grinder, and I'll just go lightly over the aircraft and get any remaining dross off of it. There's a nice clean surface, no dross. Didn't take much work. Ready to put together make into a weather vane. Now we'll go ahead and cut the shaft part of the weather vane. The shaft is this piece right here. The airplane fits on the top. We'll weld the airplane right here on the top. This washer here protects the bearing from rain, ice, snow, dirt. Even though it's sealed, I always like to put a little protective cap there. And then this piece here fits inside the bearing inside the tube to allow the weather vane to spin. So I cut each piece 12 inches, and the pieces are cold rolled steel, so they fit perfectly inside the bearing. So we'll go ahead and cut them. The blade I'm using is a 1014 bimetal blade. Means it has both 10 teeth per inch and 14 teeth per inch. I like to use this type of a blade because I use a lot of do a lot of tubing cutting, light gauge tubing, 11 gauge tubing, and this allows me to cut it easier without breaking and stripping teeth. Okay, we got all the pieces cut, and now we're just going to chamfer the ends, make sure we have some don't have any sharp edges if anyone can get cut. So we'll go ahead and chamfer the ends. Just using a belt sander. Help to plug it in. Electric plugs. Okay, here we go. That puts a nice chamfer chamfer and there's no sharp edges. We'll get these all cut up, or the chamfer. Another reason I like to chamfer these is it fits into the bearing a lot easier. Just slides on there rather than have to work it on. Fits real nice. These are just 1 inch OD by 1/2 inch ID bearings.